Thank you. Such a blessing to listen to you. Then the final question, Denise, has to do with the reception of the book. The reception by your family and friends, your colleagues, your students, and the scholarly world, by the Circle of Concerned African Women Theologians, by so-called ordinary people. For those of us who were privileged to be at the award ceremony on 29 May at the Grote Church in Cape Town, it has been a tremendous honor when you received the 2015 Andrew Murray Desmond Tutu Prize for this book. The judges agreed that your writing is, and I quote, uncomplicated, elegant, and very accessible, yet it retains a profound academic impact, end of quote. With this award, the panel recognized your lifetime achievement and the culmination of your long, rich career in theology, as well as your active struggle against justice and for the well-being of all. Your emotions through and since all of this?
I think it was my struggle for justice.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
well, I can only say I've been bowled over. I mean, I never in my wildest dreams thought, after I'd finished writing this thing, firstly I thought, now who's going to want to publish something like that? So I sent it off to Erdmans, who published my first book, and they turned it down. So I thought, well, you know, it's not a book, it's not academic, it's not this, it's not that. They said it didn't have enough footnotes. I decided very clearly I was not going to write a book with footnotes. I would write some endnotes that were explanatory. Anyway, in the end, Lux Verbi was brave enough to take it on. And I can only say bowled over. I had absolutely no idea that people would find in my writing something that had meaning for them. As far as my family is concerned, I don't know if they've even, I mean, Laurie has read the book. I don't know if my children have read it. I think one of my children read it, and he said to me, so do you see God just as a metaphor? And that was his only comment. So ek weet nie wat in sy kop aangaan nie. And I've learned with my children to leave them be, that they have to find their own ways. I pray for them. Friends and strangers, I've had more emails than I can care to say. I've just been bowled over, and the circle has been incredibly gracious in their reception of my book, so thank you for asking me that. As far as that prize was concerned, Laurie Gaum phoned me, and I know Laurie because he works for the Center for Christian Spirituality. And he said, ek wil net vir jou sê, jy het 'n prys, jy het die Andrew Murray Desmond Tutu prys gewen. En ek het begin lag en ek het gesê, Laurie, find a better one to tease me with today. Because he has a sort of nice teasing relation. Nee, sê hy, ek is ernstig. Ek sê, hulle sal nie vir my 'n prys gee nie. So, who did I think hulle were? Well, I knew that the origins of the prize were in people who had been members of the Dutch Reformed Church, and it was a book written in English, and it's written by an Anglican, and it's basically a book on spirituality, and I thought all of this was very framed, maybe for them to award a prize to. So then about a week later, I got an official letter from Fritz Gaum telling me that this was true. And then I told Laurie for the first time. I didn't say anything before that. And I told Jaap. I must just tell you that it has been overwhelming in this sense. One of the, you know, they say there are no free lunches. Well, the no free lunch for me was I had to preach in the Grote Kerk. And, I mean, I do preach in my own church. I'm a licensed preacher. But I didn't, in my wildest dreams, ever see myself on that very high preekstoel preaching. And two of my students, who are now dominees, sent me emails and said, Prof, jy moet vir jou skoene aantrek met rubbersole, anders gaan jy val as jy afkom. I think that I got an email from Desmond, which probably expressed it best of all. He said, he calls me Osie. He said, Liewe Osie, Liewe Osie, ek gaan daar wees. Ek wil kom hoor hoe 'n vrou, 'n feminist en 'n Anglikaan in daai preekstoel staan. Moet ek ophou? Okay.
I missed that one.
I was just telling about Desmond.
Okay.
So, I mean, my surprise has been enormous. I'm very grateful for it because I believe that it has taken the book into places where it may not have gone otherwise. And if that has happened, I can only be extremely grateful for it. I must just say something else. Whenever you write something, you send out something into the world, and you have no idea of the reception. The whole idea of reception, as biblical scholars and others will tell you, is vital in people's understanding, and you have no control over the reception of a book like this. All that I can say is if it has meant anything to even one human being, I'm enormously grateful. So, thank you for that. Yes, it is an end-of-life book. As I said, I'm 80. I'm not going to write another book because I actually want to get away from a computer for the rest of my life. Thank you very much indeed.